Good morning.
Good
Happy
morning.
day. You're listening to Breath Play Happy Hour. Our intention is for you to learn and practice how the breath can guide you to wake up, let go, and shift your success and happiness in life, business, sports, and beyond. I'm your host, Roberto Suarez, better known as the El Happy Coach. So let's take a deep breath by inhaling, and then we're going to exhale through the mouth and relax and exhale. Let's do three of that so we can transform ourselves today with my special guest that we're having today. So let's do two more inhales. Then exhale. Inhale. Then exhale through the mouth. There you go. So with me today, I have Chris Tai Melodista. Chris is better known as a Sea Modern Monk. He's a martial artist, spiritual teacher, NLP practitioner, Wim Hof certified teacher. He's an amazing guy that with endless life experience, including silent meditation, retreats, deep breathing experiences, plant medicine, and most importantly, is the master creator of Cuban coffee with Espumita. So, Chris, welcome to Breath Play Happy Hour. And, like I always start by, okay, just you can, if you want to add to what, what you have
Yes,
done, how the breath has, come into life, whatever, you know.
I'm going to modify just a little things in the
Okay,
introduction.
okay.
I was the first guy certified in all the US and
Wow,
France in 2014 by Wim Hof. And
wow.
I'm not anymore certified by the Wim Hof method. I want to be clear because I don't want people to connect with me for uh,
Yeah.
Wim Hof is just one breath of practice. Yeah, I was the first guy certified by him in 2014. Mostly what I do now, it's a combination of so many different protocol. It can be like Budeko, breath work, holotropic, Suki breathing, Sistema, a lot of Russian martial art, and breathing for athletes. So it's a combination of so many things.
Oh, that's awesome that you're saying that, because we get defined a lot of times by a
Mm.
certain technique, but it's like I really love what you do. And why don't we start with how did you get into breathwork? Or just a little bit, tell us a little bit about your
Oh,
history.
yes. So breathing was always part of my life, not knowing, not because all human beings breathe since our first breath, since martial art. And I started martial art when I was 6 years old. I'm almost 47, so it's 41 years of my life. Every time I was practicing some technical breathing, in Japanese it's called Kiko, and Chinese is Qigong. So it was part of that. And meditation, zazen or chan was always part of my practice. And being kid or child, I was almost avoiding this part because not understanding these things, this invisible world and this subtle energy. When you are a kid, you want to explode, you want to,
Oh,
and you is not about like so.
you're
It's
going in and out a
come
little bit.
okay. Uh, I get a call. Sorry,
Okay,
just
okay,
in this moment. So the
okay.
things like when I was kid, I didn't have this understanding about the breath. But I started when I was 6 years old.
Wow. So you started at six, and then what? How did you what happened?
So I was a black belt in Japanese Jiu-Jitsu, and I was doing Krav Maga. I did the first competition of MMA, hybrid, he called hybrid pancras, in France when I was in my 80s. I was 18, 19 years old. And I got these things, or I was in Spain, in Madrid, and very good training martial art in the dojo and everything. And I get attacked by surprise in Madrid street, and three guys attack me, and I lose my money. They take my money. I was completely unconscious in the middle of the street in Madrid. Calle Atocha. I remember. And when I wake up without my money, without my possession, and in the middle of the street, I have this huge crisis, catharsis to, wow, I practice martial art since I was 6. Now I was in my 20s. And it's like, I thought I was strong. I thought I was all prepared. And nothing prepared me for to be attacked by surprise in a situation or was despite, because I talked with a friend just before, hey, Chris, I asked, hey, this is safe, man, it's super safe and everything. So a lot of situation. After that, fear came in me, anger, like because I get attacked, and it was a certain ethnicity was robbing people. I start, instead to say, okay, to pointing finger, to cultivate this hate, this violence, this anger. It was, what can I do instead? Because I know to answer darkness with darkness not was the solution. To answer with hate, what's happening, and this time not was a solution. And even though it seems a very dramatic situation, it was for me the best thing could happen to me, because in this time I turned myself inward, starting practicing yoga, starting practicing searching for a different NLP, searching for different answer, because I was feeling very kind of miserable within. I was going to the gym, a training, and I lose these things, because before my confidence was all technical, good, I do that, I'm a black belt and everything. And for me, it was okay. And to realize it's like facing reality was different, because school teaches it differently. It's like when you go to school, you learn, you have a test and you have the reward. And life is very different. Life tests you first, and after maybe you learn another lesson. And if you learn your lesson, you will have the reward. It's why life is different to school. And so it's how it's like something shifted in my life, this point. And I'm very, now it's like, I'm very, I feel a lot of appreciation, because in this moment, it was very, very, I was lost.
Wow. Yeah, that's it. That's interesting that it happened to you when you were young, and you were able to connect to that and be able to shift. Like my case, it's taking me like 60 years to really about 40 years to really realize that you have to go in to be able to shift what's inside, so your results in life could be a little different. And also like having the breath be a major part of that.
Yeah, I think something helped me too. It was, and this time I was into Buddhism, and to understand, it's like I was responsible about my action, because the word karma means action, and responsibility, if we take something like we cut the word, is not really the etymology of responsibility. For me, responsibility means my ability to respond, and this time my ability to respond was hate, anger, or find different things to be able to cope, and to stay in this path of kindness and knowing oneself, because I knew this fear, this anger was something happening within. And we can talk about trauma, how breathwork can help, how to get rid of the meaning of the trauma in a past event, if you want later.
Yeah. That's like it's interesting, and I know that you worked with a system like Sistema. Is that like,
Yes.
and how did that come? Because I by the way, I met Chris 2 years ago, 3 years ago at
Yeah, 3 years
a
ago.
21-day retreat. So we both went to the desert, just like like Krishna, Moses, and Jesus, and I met him there, and I hit it off with him. And he taught us how to move and breathe, and we were using a system,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That was so beautiful, and so
So
like, can you tell us about that?
yes,
Like,
for sure. So Sistema, it's like in this time too, for me, I understood it not was about more technique. Not was, but and I was searching for how to gain awareness. And a lot of people sometimes laugh about Systema Russian martial art because they think it's tricky or whatever. And for me, Systema now it's like with what happening, it's like a lot of like 90% for me of my practice of Systema is based on breathing awareness, and to understand this one. When I say this one, I told this container, this body, and how it's like the breath can, we know that because I'm sure everybody watching you know how you can regulate your state through the breath. It's the only master key we have to connect with our autonomous nervous system. So when I see a lot of things now outside, people are talking about the breathing, how to breathe on the side or back using weight, it's like I was doing that like 10 years ago, and the Russian was doing that for decade already, because between the Cold War between US and Russian, they was for searching what is the best warrior, or what is the technique for to be more efficient. What is the definition of efficiency? It's minimum energy for maximum result. And what we don't understand, it's like we think the strongest is the warrior, this military guy. No, the strongest is the invisible one. It's like it's more dangerous a spy, or you cannot see because a spy is not James Bond or he look like badass. A spy is someone who you don't see, you don't know, and the power is reside or lay in the invisibleness. So when I share that, it's like when I train Systema, everything is for not showing off. We don't show the strength. We don't show our capacity to endure pain. We don't show our ability to shift and to understand is that when fear happens, how to breathe. So Systema, they are very, very good. We know Buteco, advantage oxygen, come from Buteco. Buteco come from the Russian, 1950. So it seems it's a new hype, and everybody is talking, oh, advantage oxygen. It's something Russian was doing a long time ago, 70 years ago already. So the thing is that we have to understand a lot of things is that brought now come from studies that long time ago made between the US or the Russian. And basically, a lot of things the Russian did are very, very efficient.
So,
Yeah, I want to add one thing because you talk about Baja. When we were in Baja, we went to see Dan Brole, or for me, is one of the person who impacted most my life in breath work. So we talk about Wim Hof. Wim Hof, it's great, fantastic. It's just 3 breaths. Dan Brule, I think it's the Yoda, the Obi-Wan Kenobi. He has so much knowledge. And reading his book, Just Breathe, a lot of people he talk about, I met them before to make Dan Amok. Knife fighting, I did that. And Spain, he talked about Rapko, Michael Rapko, and Vladimir Vasiliev. They are 2 of my instructor in Russian martial art. I trained with Wim Hof, a lot of things. So for me, Dan Brule was the person who put all the pieces together for me. And I just want to honor him because that need to be known by the world, because for me, his knowledge, the way he teach was a gem in my life.
oh, thank you for that. I agree. Like Dan for me was like, he's brought in all the different, not all of them, but like a lot of them.
A lot of
And
them.
you know what I'm saying? And at the end, he says, you can create your own breath and master that, and don't worry about everybody else, or, who they are, whatever. Just learn and then create your own breath, right? So you can heal yourself, or you can let the breath take you in a journey. And what I grateful most for Dan was being able to take that journey.
Mm.
Like the second day I was there, where I didn't have to use plant medicine or anything. It took me, and it was like, like, God, thank you, God, no more ayahuasca. you know, so, and then everybody that was there, I think we were a very close group, and I can't wait until, we can go to Cuba together and
I
support people there.
I want to go and I want to serve Cuban people, and it's like I would love that because what people don't know, it's like when COVID started, you and me, you invite me and Juan to go to Cuba, and I bought my ticket, and everything shut down, and the event, it was a 10-year celebration, was shut down, and it's why I didn't have the opportunity to go there. It's one of the things on my bucket list to go in Cuba. Uh, I
Yeah.
wanna drink. I wanna dance salsa. I wanna train boxing, and I want to know people for sure.
Oh my God. And they're gonna love how you make Cuban coffee.
Okay, okay. Let's take a break. Okay, because we talk about the coffee, people they don't know what it is.
Yeah,
So
right.
the Cuban coffee I learned it's you do instant coffee and you put sugar and a lot of sugar in instant coffee and you put a drop of hot water and what you take a spoon and you start to mix until it make like a spoon or like a foamy. And after that, you pour hot water. And it seems like a sweet, delicious coffee with a foam on the top. It's what I how I learned to make Cuban coffee, right?
Yeah. I couldn't believe it when I met you one morning. You make it, and I go, I don't this guy. You'll
I've
get
never been
invited.
in Cuba.
Yeah, yeah. You'll get it. You'll get invited to every household there. So anyway, and you know what I do in the morning when I do my Cuban coffee is I breathe
Wow.
consciously. So like part of people think that you have to do certain things like an exercise, but like I told one of my clients yesterday, he go, well, how much do I practice? And I go, listen, practice 10 minutes in the morning. And he goes, wow, that's a lot and everything. I go, look, you have to breathe anyway, right? So might as well
Yes.
make it consciously when you're taking a shower or you're doing the coffee or you're working or whatever you're doing, or you can do whatever technique you do to shift your energy, or shift the way you're manifesting something in a moment, or so it's not like like anything else. It's right below you have to breathe. Might as well breathe better, right?
Exactly. One thing is super interesting in what you share just now, Roberto. It's much easier to the brain to add something and habit you have already. So imagine you take a shower. It's something you do every day.
Mm-hmm.
So take this moment for to have a conscious breathing. You are not like creating a new path, a new connection in your brain for to create a new exercise. Because sometimes for people, breathing consciously is a kind of hard things because they don't realize it's like they need attention, intention, and focus. This is what we call awareness and consciousness. So when you use something you do already and you add something for the brain, it's much easier. So one thing they share in when people say, hey, like create a new habit, it's to use something you do already and to implement with something new. So like that, you don't have to create this new connection, this new path in your brain. So doing that, making the coffee and choosing that is going to be much easier because this exists already in you.
Yeah, and that's how you like. I remember doing the sistema with you, right? I like first you took us through all this movement, and then we had to breathe, and then not touching, and then you put like a knife in us, right, and be more conscious. So in the movement, now I do that every morning. I use my Tai Chi practice and movement,
Mm,
and consciously breathe and try to breathe and let the energy take me by just bringing that conscious.
mm,
The three things that I actually really got clear from Dan was, the importance of awareness first, through meditation, like how we breathe or
mm,
not breathing, or how we're breathing, and then relaxation. And that's, I guess, what you were talking about, the sistema, that just being like invisible, but it's really like being totally
mm.
relaxed and at ease, you know? And then
Yes.
and then the other part is that conscious breathing to use the energy when you need to, if it has to go fast or slow to get rid of whatever, so you can, move through whatever's showing up. So to me that, like, and then all the stuff that you do it's like so like so awesome. I love that. Whatever you were doing every day, that was like good stuff for me.
I think it's like at the end, it's like it's these old branches and leaf of the same tree.
Mm-hmm.
Um, uh, the story of every human being is so different. It's
Mm-hmm.
like your story from Cuba and
Mm-hmm.
your father and all the things. My story, like born in Paris and a different culture, ethnicity, or I grew up. My
Mm-hmm.
mom, she's Vietnamese. My father is Jewish. All the things. It's like everybody have a different story. It's
Yeah,
make
yeah.
so unique. And at bottom line, the mechanic of every human being is the same.
Mm-hmm.
Mechanically, we are all built the same. So it means how to deal with stress, how to deal with joy, how to deal, it's like to the breath. It's the same, except if you're have a dysfunction in your metabolism or physiologically you are unbalanced or things happen for sure. You have always exception. And mostly all the mechanic is the same. So we can all go back to these roots, to this essence, this core in the breath. It's like we know for a fact the first energy we need is oxygen. Before water, before food, we need oxygen and light. With these two things, it's what a lot of talk about breatharian. Breatharian or live from sun and oxygen and don't eat food. I don't say do that or don't do that. I'm not going to say it's right or wrong because for me it's about usefulness. I cannot just breath air and leave sunlight. I like my coffee. I like food. So it's not going to happen for me. And I know my first thought, attention, intention I put, it's the air I breathe, the quality. Do I breathe through my nose, through my mouth? And I hear, no, breathe only through the nose. No, breathe only through the mouth. Or no, it's like seasons are different. When you repeat something all the time without changing, it's called compulsiveness. Yeah, I'm not compulsive in my practice. I'm more in delicatessen and a gourmet, in intention, attention. And we're going to talk about again about Dan. Dan is this artist who paints with so many colors in his palette. It's so delightful. And today we're going to breathe like a Sufi. Today we're going to breathe with curiosity, to do with intensity. It's like how I like to breathe. Is sometimes I've got my basic, like a music. You need to know your basic. It's when you can go to the basic, now you can color, you can have different flavor, fragrancy, all these things.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. That's so interesting what you just said, going back to the basics, you know? Like I practiced Tai Chi for like
Yes.
15 years. But when I first started, I wanted to get and do, like whatever. And the teacher said, listen, well, I'm going to teach you standing meditation, and you're going to go over there in the corner during class and just stand. Like, oh my God.
It was the same for me. I remember. And it's like you are with these ideas and everything, and you see this guy moving, and you say, wow, it's like, yes, food. And now it's like you stand Zazwong, three
Yeah.
pose, and you say 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And you say, what the?
Yeah.
Why I'm doing that? What's happening? And so this is a really fantastic thing because this is how it is. I am none of my master say, Chris, you're going to hustle and grind. And all my teachers, sensei, sifu say, you're going to practice with consistency. It's where you will create excellence. And this is
Absolutely.
good for anything. As anxiety, depression, what you repeat with consistency, you will be excellent into it. So for me, the way I breathe daily, it's a reminder to go back within and to ask to myself how I choose to show myself to the world. If I will meet myself in the real world, in real life, do I will enjoy my own company? And I think the breath give us the opportunity to pose this urgency of the world, like the scrolling generation. Go fast. It's like, what's next? What's next? What's next? The breath remind me, what's now? What's now? And as you were sharing, it's like doing these things, the Cuban coffee, and to take a breath during that, it's about the what's now, not the what's next. And martial art taught me that to be not in the now, because to be in the now is a senseless. Because we are always in the now. When you are like worried about the past, it's like something you feel now. When you are scared about the future, it's something you feel now. It's like whatever you say, oh, your brain is in the past or in the future. No, your brain is here. It just, your imagination is altering past or future. And the breath allows us to be with the present. When I say with, it's like when I take my breath, I can be with my coffee. When I take my breath, I can be with my emotion. So it's not to be present, because I'm always present. It's where I experience my life, is to be with. And with, I'm with you, Roberto, with my coffee and this home. Everything is good. If I think about it, everything is good here.
Wow. I hope everybody's listening. You say that was so profound. I never heard that with about like you're always in the now, no matter if your thoughts are in the past or in the future.
It's something you experience now.
Yeah,
It's
right.
what it's
Absolutely.
like.
That's a now experience.
Yeah.
That,
Sorry.
you know, no, go ahead.
And
That's
it's why the with is so important. Be with, not
you.
in the now, because in the now, if I'm scared and thinking about my shit of what happened 10 years ago, or I'm scared because something can happen, I feel that now. So to be with is to connect with our five senses externally. And after that, internally, we have more like a five senses. It's not just what I see, what I hear, what I smell, what I taste, and what I touch. I get this feeling, this emotion, balance. Nobody can teach us balance. Nobody can teach us breathing. Dan say, I cannot teach you breathing. It's something you're going to feel. Instinct. It's something you feel inside. Intuition. All the things like completely disconnected, because mostly what we suffer, it's our invisible world. Imagination hurt us more like a life itself. We suffer more from imagination like a life itself, because we don't see the world as it is, we see the world as we are. And basically, it's like I was born, and in 5 minutes, somebody choose my name, my religion, my belief, my nationality. And for this conditioning and brainwashing, I invest all my life to defend an identity I didn't choose in the beginning. How I can go back to this essence, to these roots? And for me, the breath was the answer. And not just cognitively in my brain between my ears, somatically in my body. Now spiritually, spiritual, the roots of spirituality is spear. If any person practice the breath, is a spiritual being, because spear means breath, spirituality, inspiration, spear. So at the moment you took your first breath, you are a spiritual being having a human experience. And for me, it's very essential to understand that. I'm not a human having a spiritual experience. I'm a spiritual being for my first breath having this human experience. And when I understand that, I allow myself to be more gentle and kind with myself. I wish it's not too complicated.
Oh, no. Well, it could be to some people that are not used to listening to what you're saying, but I totally get it, you know. Where, Dan always says that, God created man through the dirt, through the earth, and then blew air through the nose to give him life, which is the spirit. So that's what you're
Yes.
saying. At the moment we take that first breath, is we're bringing spirit into ourselves so we can have life. And so I get it that Leonard Orr, who founded Rebirthing, he always said that if you can get back to your first breath and experience it, you become enlightened. If you can connect to that first breath. So I get it, So that is so you put it in such a wonderful way, It's like, and as you say it, I can feel it.
Wow, I appreciate that. This is I think it's like now it's like the main purpose of all breath work is to simplify and to understand. It's like a lot of things I see now. It's like people get certified in a weekend in breath work.
Oh,
And it's like anything. I think it's a question of practice, and I think it's like some people are going to reveal themselves because they will have this quality. Breath work is not something like just spiritual. It's like athlete. If you want to be a better athlete and perform better, breath is essential. How to recover, how to focus, how to perform better. Breath is essential for so many things, and I'm happy. It's like more and more people get involved into it. Like James Nestor with his book about breathing. Wim Hof or Dan or all these people. It's like, it's great because breath is essential for managing stress, for creativity, for transformation, for knowing this one. Whatever it's like breath is a master key. I don't say it's a panacea, like it solves everything. And it's almost in the core, in the base of anything.
Yeah, it's like the foundation. Like
Yes.
that if you don't have the right, if you don't breathe properly, first of all, you're going to be sick. So you're not going to be in optimum. You're not going to feel as good. If you're not feeling as good, you're not going to take the best actions. So to stay in this conversation is like, because some of our clients that are listening are in the business world. Is there something that you want to say to the business people? Right?
Yes. So I'm going to
How
share.
to use the breath to increase performance and make more money and and have better results.
Oh, okay. So I know like the theme make more money. It's important.
Yeah.
I got two currency in my life. Two currency. I am going to share this quick thing. And I want to share an exercise with everybody.
Good.
I've got two currency. I asked to the people, with what do you buy things? So Roberto, with what do you buy things? Is a question.
What do I think with my with my credit cards?
With your credit card, everybody is going to say money, credit
Right,
card,
right.
Venmo,
Yeah.
PayPal.
Or I can trade services.
Okay, or trade. Basically, trade will be interesting because it talk about time. I don't buy things with money. I buy things with time. It's up to me to know how much is worth my time. So if you work in McDonald's, in and out, and you say, I deserve more, like the minimum wage. No, you deserve exactly what you are making. If you want or choose to make more for your time, it's up to you, or to go to college, or to learn, or to upgrade your situation. Why I share that with you? My two currency in life is energy and time, because my time is what value all the rest. So energy and time. So when people talk to me, oh, I want to make more money, my question is like, what are you doing in your life? Are you doing what is urgent or what is important? Because what is important is what we value. What you value, it's what is important. And most of the people, what they are in the urgency. They do what is urgent instead what is important. And they don't put time in what is really important for to create this shift or this transformation in your life. So paying your bills, doing all these things, urgent, great. Do you take time for to do what is important for to get where you want to be? Because we never say no. We only say yes. Yes to watch Netflix. Yes to be lazy. Yes to everything. It's like is going to delay this higher self we claim to be. So which is important. People can catch that very fast because this is very important. We never say no. We always say yes to the things or are urgent instead what is important. So now it's like the breath things I would like to share with you. It's called I call the falling leaf. So the often it's like I'm a very hyper person, and you can see it's like the way I talk. It's like very hyper, and everybody's when they don't know me say, "Oh, you're not so calm." No, I'm not calm at all. I'm full of like enthusiasm and enthusiasm. come from the Greek, mean full of the divine. I'm not passionate. Passionate mean in Latin suffering, so I don't suffer. I'm enthusiastic. I'm energized. So I need some time to just to calm down like a leaf. So basically, what we're going to do, we're going to do in 4 seconds. Like that is going to be easier for everybody in doing it with us. And we're going to take different phase in and 4 seconds, only through the nose. Hold in 4 seconds. Exhale in 4 seconds, 50%. Hold 4 seconds. Exhale in 4 seconds. The rest of oxygen. Hold 4 seconds. And reset. And we can inhale and exhale the nose. The reset breath is just for to rebalance the chemical inside. And we're going to do that like for at least 6 breaths, 6 times, until as we feel calm and relaxing. So it's going to be like that. Pause, you exhale 50%, pause, exhale all the rest of the oxygen, pause, reset, and we restart. Like a leaf, like a leaf, go up, down, doing these kind of things for just calming and grounding ourselves. Ready?
Okay.
Let's do that like
it.
6 breaths. Okay?
Yeah.
Inhale. Hold. Exhale 50%. Hold. Exhale more. Hold. Reset. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Exhale more. Hold. Reset. Again, inhale. Hold. Exhale 50%. Hold. Exhale more. Hold. And reset. And just close your eyes. What is the feeling within? Me able to shift or just like to reconnect with myself, to pause the world. What is the first thought I choose to have? What is the first connection or action I'm going to choose to have in this moment where I take the control or the charge or owning my own time in my own term? When I practice, often I say, it's my path at my own pace. When I feel the urgency of the world, all these things like this, what's next? What's next? To be aware, to be present with my breathing. It's my way to retake the remote control of my state and to say, my path at my own pace. My path at my own pace. Is that right? Just that.
The falling leaf. I love it. I don't know. I'm blissed out.
So this is my gift for you. It's like a breath I use with a lot of people to calm down in demand. It takes just a few breaths. It's so efficient.
Yeah, that was going. I didn't even have to ask you the question. Do you have a breath to support? That's beautiful, and you can use this with teams within companies and stuff, so everybody can connect and choose what actions are going to be, and all that.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's fantastic.
yeah, absolutely. So is there anything else you want to add, or like, or to tell somebody new that wants to get into breath work? Like, I like to tell, like, the younger people, like,
Mm,
you mentioned a lot of stuff already that is important, like if you're young, or old
yes,
too, but it's like this new generation, or somebody that's never breathed, like everybody's, or the people, all the people say, oh, I've been breathing for 60 years, or 50
yes.
years, what would you tell
So,
them?
so we are a kind of a new generation. And I say, when I say new generation, I'm not talking about 60, 40. I talk about this humankind. We
Kind
have to understand the evolution was so fast, like none of other civilization went in this pace. It's what I say, my path at my own pace. What I know now, it's like we was talking about money, success. When I was in my 20s, and I'm going to use a certain word and I'm going to shift them after that. In my 20s, for one success, I fell 30 times. So in my 20s, for one success, I fell 20 to 30 times. And meaning that it's like add 20 to 30 lessons. Mean it's like in my 20s, it's like a lot of, like, what kids could call failure was a lesson. Now I understand that with time. Now I'm having 47. For one success, I've got only 3 lessons. Life is like a funnel. Maturity will allow you to make a quicker choice, and to be able more to analyze and to adapt faster. And 20s, I say, like a DJ, your taste will change, your vision will transform. So for any person with kids, do it with playfulness. Engage with the breath and with curiosity, not for achievement to want to be the best, because the possibility you, me, or any human being was born is 1 to 400 trillion. Your own existence, it's a miracle come true. At the moment the sperm of your dad touch the eggs of your mom, the race is already won. And to have to live this life and survival mode, like kind of existing instead of living, it's a real burden when you are young, because you want to prove all the things when at the end you have nothing to hide, nothing to prove. 40,000 years of civilization asking the same question. Stoicism, everybody, 5,000 years, 10,000 years was asking the same. Who am I? Where I come from? Where I'm going? All the things. And me, with 47 years old, think I'm going to answer to 14,000 years of civilization. Civilization will be very pretentious. As Buddha say, life is not a problem to solve. It's a reality to experience. It's just to experience your life, embrace it, take some pause, breathe, and you're going to make it. You're going to make it. So just CTFO, chill the fuck out, embrace your life, take a breath, and see people and learn from them and move on. Nobody owes nothing to nobody's. You are here for fully living this life, not only existing. So take a breath like it will be your last.
Live life fully. Okay, I got one more question.
Yes.
Yeah. So this one question is stepping out into 2030, right?
2030.
Which is like 10, more or less 10 years, right?
Okay.
What 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 would the world look like in the breath, the breath world? How do you where do you see the,
So this
so,
question,
so
and maybe my answer is not going to very connected with your question. I have no fucking clue. I don't know. Uh, what I know, it's like whatever happened, I will wake up tomorrow morning. I will practice, and because the practice is a goal. The practice is a goal, and the practice lay all my answers. I don't know what's happening in 10 years because nobody, no medium. I didn't hear no astrology saying, oh, 2021 or 2020 is going to be these epidemic things in the world. I didn't hear nothing about that. So I don't know what will happen. I will practice and do my best for to have inclusivity and not isolation, separation, exclusivity. And I wish it's like one of my favorite mantra. It's Loka Samasta Sukino Bhavantu,
Too.
meaning may my own action, thought, may the world be free and happy, and may my own action and thought implement or serve this happiness and freedom, because you want to save the world or transform the world or change the world, change your country. You want to change your country, change your city. You want to change your city, change your friend, your family, your neighborhood. You want to change your friend, your family, your neighborhood, transform this one. And me doing that, it's to be self-full, no selfish, no self-centered. It's to be self-full. At the moment, I love myself. I'm kind. It's something I can give to others because it's something I own already.
Wow. That was the best answer ever.
You're going to make me blush. I love you, Roberto.
You know, and not only that, is my vision is a world that breathes, connects, loves, and plays happy. And for that world to happen is I have to breathe, connect, love, right, and breathe happy, right. So then my world becomes that, and that's such a and it just the world starts showing up that way.
Yes, for sure.
So I love your what you said today. But and before we go, how can people get hold of you, or it's
Oh, it's a very simple Instagram, Zimora Monk. It's the only thing I use. I got a website and it's not upgraded because for me to have so many support, it's too much. I don't use Facebook anymore. Everything is on Instagram, and I push stuff. And I'm doing this online course on 3 months. It's already sold out. So I got 30 people. I do some breath work. It's time to time. So shop people who shop. I don't do marketing. I don't do none of the things. Everything I do is mouth to mouth. And so people I co-create with say, wow, I love this. They talk to their friend. It's how I grew up in my life.
Oh, that's the way, right? It's
Yes, that's the way.
love and ease, right?
Yes,
When you live with no resistance, everything flows to you. And
exactly.
when I'm hearing it's everything is flowing to you,
Yes.
which is wonderful. So thank you for being here. It's like I love always being around your energy. I can't wait until we go to Cuba together. And
Yes.
yes, and hey, get a hold of the the mother monk. He's wonderful. He'll support you, and he's a great coach, and a great friend, and a great martial artist, a great everything, and most importantly, a great spirit.
No, thank you so much. I would like to say a last word in Spanish.
Okay.
Muchísimas gracias para toda la gente que escucha este podcast con Roberto. Y si lo escuchas en Cuba, sería para mí una ilusión ir allá, serviros respirar con vosotros, meditar con vosotros, y que sepáis que no estáis solos, que hay mucha gente que piensa en vosotros. Y Roberto, de todo corazón, muchísimas gracias para conectar conmigo, porque conectaste conmigo hace un par de meses, estaba súper ocupado, has reconectado conmigo y esto lo aprecio porque tu tiempo es muy, muy valioso. Muchísimas gracias.
Okay. Bueno, everybody have a happy day, loving day, a spiritual day. Have fun.
Have a beautiful now. Bye.
Bye.